It didn't scream. It whispered. That's how it always started. Not with panic or chaos, but with a soft suggestion that felt like your own thought. You'll fail anyway. Why try today? You're already behind. You didn't remember inviting it in, but it had been living in your head for years. Every morning, it woke up before you did, before your feet touched the floor, before hope had a chance to breathe. The negative mind didn't look like a monster. It looked like logic. It sounded like experience. It wore the mask of being realistic. And that's why it was so dangerous. The first lie. The negative mind's first trick was convincing you it was you. Not an intruder. Not a habit. Not a conditioned voice. It said, this is just who you are. And because it spoke in your voice, you believed it. When you failed once, it turned that moment into a prophecy. When you hesitated, it rewrote your identity. When you rested, it called you lazy. When you dreamed, it called you foolish. It didn't need to stop you from moving forward. It just needed to make you doubt yourself long enough for life to pass you by. The prison you didn't see. The negative mind never chained your body. It built a prison of thoughts. Walls made of comparison. Bars forged from past mistakes. A ceiling labeled, this is your limit. And the cruelest part? The door was never locked. You just stopped reaching for it. Every day, the negative mind repeated the same stories. Others are ahead. You missed your chance. You're not disciplined enough. You always mess things up. Not loud enough to argue with. Not harsh enough to reject. Just familiar enough to accept. The moment of friction. Change didn't come from inspiration. It came from exhaustion. One day, you noticed something strange. The negative mind talked constantly, but it never acted. It judged your effort, but never helped you improve. It predicted failure, but never offered solutions. It reminded you of the past, but had no vision for the future. It criticized everything and built nothing. That was the crack. You realized the voice in your head wasn't trying to protect you. It was trying to keep you unchanged. Because change threatens the negative mind. Growth starves it. Consistency weakens it. Action exposes it. Naming the enemy. The moment you separate yourself from the voice, the war begins. You stop saying, I am not good enough, and started saying, my negative mind is telling me I'm not good enough. That small shift changed everything. Because you can't fight what you think is you. But you can confront a pattern. You can retrain a habit. You can outgrow a voice. The negative mind hated being named. It lost its camouflage. The daily battle. Killing your negative mind wasn't dramatic. There was no single breakthrough. No instant silence. It was slow, uncomfortable, repetitive. It happened in moments no one applauded. When you got up even though the voice said stay down. When you worked for 10 minutes instead of waiting for motivation. When you spoke kindly to yourself after a mistake. When you refused to replay an old failure. Each time you didn't obey the voice, it weakened. Not gone, but quieter. What the negative mind feeds on. You learned its diet. It thrived on overthinking, comparison, perfectionism, waiting for certainty, reliving the past. And it starved when you practiced. Action before confidence, progress over perfection, curiosity instead of judgment, discipline over emotion. The negative mind wanted you frozen, so you kept moving, even badly, even awkwardly, even tired, especially tired. The turning point. One day, the negative mind spoke, and you didn't respond. Not with anger, not with arguments. You just acted anyway. That silence was louder than any affirmation. The negative mind realized something terrifying. You no longer needed permission from your thoughts to live your life. You could feel fear and move, feel doubt and build, feel insecurity and show up. That's when its power truly began to die. The death is not instant. Let's be honest. The negative mind doesn't disappear forever. It fades. It returns. It tests you on hard days. But it never regains full control. Because now you recognize it. And recognition is lethal. Each time it says, you can't. You reply with action. Each time it says, this is pointless. You show up anyway. Each time it says, you're not enough. You remind yourself. Growth doesn't require worthiness. Only consistency. What replaces it? When the negative mind loses dominance, something else grows. Clarity, self-trust, emotional resilience. Not toxic positivity, not fake confidence, but quiet strength. You stop needing to prove yourself. You stop fighting imaginary critics. You stop negotiating with doubt. You move because you decided to. And that decision changes everything. The final truth. Killing your negative mind doesn't mean destroying thoughts. It means refusing to let them rule you. It means understanding that not every thought deserves belief. Not every feeling deserves obedience. Not every fear deserves attention. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. And the moment you step into that role, the negative mind loses its throne. The quiet victory. One morning, the voice will still show up, but it will sound distant, unconvincing, almost weak, and you'll smile, not because it's gone, but because you're no longer afraid of it. You didn't kill your mind. You reclaimed it. And that is the most powerful act a human being can perform. Grow quietly. Rise daily.